Hello, everyone, again. Hello, dear friends. I'm here again so quickly, I'm happy to say. And I'm here just to give hopefully a shorter video, but I really just wanted to impress upon everybody my love for the Marys and how they've really had such an incredible impact on my life. And they are not two beings that necessarily, or more than actually, there are more than just two. There are many Marys and many Magdalenes. And they've been part of my life for a long, long time, like lifetime. And I would say lifetimes, plural. And though my relationship with them has deepened so significantly. And I just want to tell you a little bit about some of my experiences recently with them. I was in a session with my teacher, Marguerite, and we talked about a particular, well, more than one particular lifetime of mine where I was basically kind of like a sin eater in a way, I was I spent several lifetimes, cloistered or in nunhood or in lifetimes that were very, very similar to being a nun, like a mendicant, a penitent. And I had this capacity where I was taking on people's illnesses, taking on people's sicknesses, taking on people's sufferings in many different capacities. I was basically saying, oh, let me take your cross for you. This, I can handle it. Oh, let me do it for you. I'll suffer for you. And I did this lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And to this lifetime where not only am I an empath and a highly sensitive being, but I've spent a great deal of my life in chronic illness. And I'm talking about, like, I was bedbound for a while and for a long while, and I still had an impossible way of of living through life and being part of this world, because I just didn't have, it's like my battery was completely expired and I was trying to run on this tiny little bit of charge that, like, I was almost like on a borrowed charge on borrowed time. And and it was like all of these lifetimes was coming home to roost in a sense, because like I obviously suffered in these different lifetimes where I was bringing on people's pain and suffering, and I probably didn't live long lives, and if I did, they were quite difficult. Now, of course, I've had other lifetimes that were not so harsh, but because of this, like in this lifetime, I feel like this is the lifetime where I'm basically recharging, or like renewing my light body. Like I'm getting, my life body is getting this magnificent upgrade and expansion, and my life body is being restored and rejuvenated in a significant way. And what the Marys, what they told me was that, and during the session, one came on one side of my face and the other came on the other. And this was Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. And each one of them kissed my cheek. And it just felt, and I felt it tangibly. I mean, I really felt like somebody was kissing me. And they said, and they tell me this message repeatedly. I have my journal in front of me with all the meditations I've had with them, where They repeat a lot of these same words about how we we are here for you. We've always been here for you. We always will be here for you. And about what I'm embarking now in my life as it is, it's like you have this, you're made for this priestess path. You are born for this. This is like something that I incarnated in this life to achieve, to shine, to be embodied in this like sacred sisterhood, sacred priestesshood, and carrying their legacy and their teachings. And they said that, I says, you are born for this. And they told me that, you are more courageous than you think you are. And that more than you can ever, ever, ever know. And if people actually knew what I've been through, they would be quite astonished, actually. And you looking at me now, I look very robust. I've had a very interesting year. I've had more challenges dumped on me, health wise and environment wise, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And, I'm resting in this knowing that all is well. And I am stronger than I know, stronger than I think. And truly, like, if most people walked a mile in my shoes, I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people could do it, honestly. And I think a lot of people would be surprised to know, like just looking at me, they would never know all these, like, all of what I've endured, let's just say, and not only in this lifetime, in other lifetimes, and there's just so much more. And then I'll just keep it brief. But it's been a challenge, and and I think people, they still don't understand this, and like people who have met me after the fact, or like a little bit after what I've gone through, they just like, oh, but you could just do this. And like, I was like, you just don't know what I've been through. And even people who know what I've been through, when I was going through it, they were very dismissive of me too. And it's just, I just find it very, very fascinating that that was the case. But again, it's like everybody has their own idea of who you are, and that's not really who you are. And even when you have these hardships and these, problems, health problems, money problems, this, that, and the other thing, those are not who you are. And the Marys constantly tell me, oh, you know, what a bright light I am. What an amazing strength and power that I have. And, I don't say that this is just me, this is you as well. And they're constantly encouraging me. And whenever I'm in meditation with them, their presence is just so, it's so strong. I mean, you don't think like, I mean, if you, it's like one of those expressions, if you know, you know. Right? But if you're somebody who really has this deep relationship with these higher beings, they're not just out there in the ethers. They're like fully present right here, right now with us. It doesn't seem like it to most people, and most people would probably not agree that this is true. They're like, oh, they're separate from us. But no, they're here, they're now, they're a part of us. And when I'm in that deep meditation with them, I'm telling you, they are in the room with me. And I know like some people will be like, oh, that's a little weird. But that's a little kooky. I don't know. But that's okay. You could take that or leave it and say, hey, I don't believe you. I don't resonate with that. But I know that there's many of you out there that know exactly what I'm talking about. When I tell you Mary Magdalene's on my left and Mother Mary's on my right, and Mary Magdalene is holding me because I am upset or sad about something, and she's comforting me. She truly is. I actually feel that embrace. I feel her love. I feel like her humanness. And I feel Mother Mary's too. Like I feel her like this benevolent presence. I feel like her like tender motherly touch. I feel her exquisite and unending capacity for love and care and like you are my child. This feeling that I am like tenderly held by the mother. So yeah, these are like my feelings about them. They're not just, these people that we read about in scriptures or in books and fictionalized accounts or in films and you know stories that we hear from whether they're priests or even priestesses. Even priestesses, right? The priestesses are here and we are staying. We're not going anywhere. I was gonna say we're back, but like we never went anywhere. We've been here and we're here to stay. Um, yeah. So like I'm being a little playful now. I did want to read a poem that I wrote in honor of Mary Magdalene on Mary Magdalene's feast day, which was July 22nd. And I had a most wonderful ceremony that day online with a few friends, and it was really extraordinary. And I may also read the message that I got for the group because I think that I'm feeling that it is meant for more than just that group and just for me. So the poem that I wrote is Magdalene, my guiding light, Mary, lover of God, beloved of the one who came to tell of peace and love. You and he, two wings of a dove, teachers and showers of the way, bestowing blessings to all day by day. Magdalene, the high priestess, Magdalene, the tower, to you I confess my devotion this very hour. You are the healer of body and soul. You are the path to becoming whole. With all the Marys, fair and true, the mother, the sisters, the cousins, radiating love and beauty, each one of you. Together, you are the power, the Christos Sophia. Together, you are the rose, the most sacred flower. With you, I walk and tend those who need succor, who ask for their hearts to mend. They may need a friend like I do, like I find in you. Mary, the mother, Mary, the sister, Mary, the cousin, Mary, the lover, the bride, the feminine Christ, the Magdalene. So that was my poem. And the message that I got from my group, well, first of all, it's like shine your light, right? And honestly, about like owning your beauty, owning your passion for life, owning your power, your sovereignty, and owning your sacredness, because there's no separation between you and the divine. And this is what I learned from the Marys, from all the Marys. Um, so I'm just going to share the message that I got for the group on July 22nd. All is well. Don't be hard on yourself. You are perfect as you are, as I see you. God makes no mistakes. You are truly a gem, and your shining light and love are much needed on our earth. Follow your passions. Don't give up on yourself. Enjoy this mortal life, for it is over before we know it. And you are eternal. You are pure love. You are God's light and God's gift to this world. So that was the message that I received that day. And yeah, so I I just wanted to express this, like my just deep devotion, my deep love for the Marys, what they've done for me, and what they continue to do for me, and what they do for you. You know, they're there for you. Just ask them, ask them to be with you, ask them for guidance. You don't need to do any kind of special ritual or meditation, though it is helpful. And if you imagine yourself, in this like sort of like sphere of beautiful golden light, and just think about the Marys and think about this light just like coming into you, because you are this light. This is who you are. You're an incredible, beautiful rainbow body of light. And if you just imagine this beautiful light just shining in you, shining in you, shining in you, and reflecting on the Marys, and then just asking them for messages, they're more than happy to oblige. They are so loving. They are so giving and so generous. And another thing I'll just share quickly is recently I was in another circle, and we were talking about Mary Magdalene, and it came up about how Magdalene and Mother Mary, they were equals. They were never seen as like, one was higher than the other, though Mother Mary was, she was a little older than Mary Magdalene. So she was her teacher and her guide in that lifetime that they had with Jesus. But they'd known each other in many lifetimes. They had incarnated, and their souls are, intertwined. And it is said that Mother Mary, one of her previous lifetimes was as goddess Isis, Egyptian goddess Isis. And that was kind of like almost like her, say, her training ground in a sense. For if you know the story of Isis and how she resurrected Osiris, she found all the parts of his body that were torn asunder. And then she lovingly created a phallus for him because it was missing. And Mother Mary, it was through her that Jesus came back to life. So if you want to read more about that, I will link it below, and I may talk about that at another time, but I will guide you to my teacher Marguerite, who has written beautiful books on Mother Mary, and who I encourage you to read these books because they're amazing. And she talks extensively about Mother Mary and how she resurrected Jesus. So Isis was her previous lifetime where she kind of like, I guess, built this muscle, so to speak. Um, but the power was within her. Okay. And so that lifetime when she was Isis, what came to me and what I saw very clearly was that as Mother Mary was Isis, Mary Magdalene was Hathor. And in many Egyptian writings, they're seen as one goddess. You know, you often see the Isis hyphen Hathor, and they were kind of like interchangeable too. So I saw them both as embodiments of Divine Mother on earth and at the same time. So like they were mirror reflections of one another. So that's where I'll leave it for today. I am just so honored and grateful for all that I have been through in this last few, my life has been holy. And as the Marys told me, nothing that you went through has been in vain and nothing's been a waste. And everything is, been here for me and for my growth and for my expansion. So, and I'm eternally grateful to my sisterhood. I'm eternally grateful to my teacher, Marguerite Rigoglioso. And I have unending gratitude and love for the Marys. And I will be talking more about them. And I hope that that I've given you a little bit of food for thought here and a little bit of nourishment, like a little spiritual nourishment. And I look forward to being with you again very soon. And until then, I am sending you all my love and I wish you many blessings and blessings of joy and peace, harmony, and to walk in beauty. Okay, everyone. Talk soon.